What is up guys, Alex here, otherwise known as Clash with Style, and in today's video we are going to be reviewing the Town Hall 13 update. So obviously my videos have been a little bit delayed, I've not been getting that many videos out, so apologies first of all for that. Been very busy, also been a bit sick, don't know if you can hear my voice, but I've not been feeling the best, so I've not been able to record videos. Also my internet has been pretty damn awful, so that has also slowed us right down. But you can see on the screen right now we have some Town Hall 13 content. We have 3 attacks today from Jacked and Shredded, and then we have 2 attacks from the clan All Hail, both of which are part of the EYG family. So it was an honour as always to record some of these fantastic attacks, and it gives us a little bit of an insight into some of the Town Hall 13 update. But first of all, let's talk about the actual Town Hall itself. So for those who don't know, the Town Hall 13, in that update, the Town Hall itself went from a Giga Tesla at level 12, at Town Hall 12, excuse me, to a Giga Inferno at Town Hall 13. What are my thoughts on this? Well, I have to say I'm pretty disappointed. Darian, the community manager, and the Clash of Clans team say that this is the signature defense for Town Hall 13, and for me, it's just, they sort of ran out of ideas. This is the signature defense, in my opinion, for Town Hall 12. They've not really came up with anything different. They've gone, we've already got an Inferno, let's just stick that in the Town Hall and make it ever so slightly better. So for me, that was pretty disappointing. The Giga Inferno was something that the Clash of Clans team didn't really seem to put too much effort into. It was pretty much a replica of the Giga Tesla, just it's an Inferno tower and it's a little bit better. One of the abilities now that the Town Hall does have though is when you get to level 3 it will get that freezing blast. So when the Town Hall goes down, much like the Giga Bomb, you will still have the Giga Bomb, but it will also have that freeze effect, and then level 3, 4 and 5 it will obviously get slightly better as we go through those levels. I think that is something that's pretty unique, but then if you look at the colour scheme of the Town Hall itself, they've gone for that sort of dark elixir and ice sort of feel, but I was pretty disappointed because they have this Inferno tower coming out of the Town Hall, and then the bomb and the freeze effect is blue, and obviously the Inferno tower is sort of orange. So I feel they were pretty contrasting, and in that sense it didn't really work. I think it probably would have been better if the Inferno tower itself had been blue, and I know quite a lot of other creators and influencers on social media have spoken about this. I've also noticed Galadon has mentioned this in some of his videos, so the Supercell team's probably aware of this, and maybe it's a change that might come in the future. I think it's something that definitely would be visually better for the game. So what else do we have in this update? Of course we have this Royal Champion that you can see. Musberk from Jacked and Shredded has a level 10 Royal Champion already, and this is one of the new heroes at Town Hall 13, and she is a pretty cool attacker. So she targets defenses, she has a shield that she will use in her special ability. Not sure if Mus will show it in this attack or not, going in with those E-drags. But basically, she is pretty OP. When you get her, you can see the ability used there on the top right there, perfect timing. It will hit 4 defenses and it will do a hell of a lot of damage. It will also give her some health back, much like the Barbarian King's ability. So for me, the Royal Champion is one of the best things about this update. And you can see here just how powerful it is. Throwing that spear, getting some huge damage on those defenses. So strategically, I think this is something that we will see a lot in the future, using the Royal Champion to pick off certain defenses, using that ability to get certain defenses down. So maybe a Queen Walk and then a Champion on the other side, something like that might be something I think we could see in the future. So I was really impressed with the Royal Champion. I think it's a great addition to the game, and Supercell team did a very good job with that. So in my opinion, the next thing we're going to talk about, the Scattershot, which is basically a catapult or trebuchet, whatever you want to call it. Supercell says it's not either, but it basically is. For me, this is the signature defense at Town Hall 13. Galadon has also been saying it. Yes, I watched Galadon's videos. He is saying that this is the signature defense, and I have to totally agree. This is a brand new defense, and the signature defense that Supercell are saying with the Inferno Tower, it's already been done. That is the Town Hall 12, but with a Giga Tesla. The Scattershot is something completely new, something we've not really seen before, and I have to say I'm very impressed indeed. It is a huge defense. It does so much damage, and for those who don't know, it does splash damage. So basically it's a mortar that's more OP, that can hit both ground and air. So yeah, it's very, very impressive indeed, and I think this new defense is going to be the death of a lot of bat attacks. So attacks that rely very heavily on bats, because they will be able to one-shot any group of bats. So I think this defense is going to be pretty important at Town Hall 13. People are going to have to make sure they keep an eye on it, because it can definitely destroy attacks. I don't believe there are any that actually feature in any of these 5 attacks today. I don't think people have had the chance to build them, and certainly in the Legends League's attack, people's bases haven't been able to be updated yet because of this. But the Scattershot is something that I think is very, very interesting. Something, like I said, the game's not seen before, and I definitely like what Supercell has done with that. Next thing, we have the Siege Barracks, and I've already spoken a little bit in depth about this in my concept video for the Tunneler, a siege machine idea that I came up with. So I'll leave that in a card if you want to go and check out my opinions on the Siege Barracks, and then my new concept for a better siege machine, or a better siege machine in my opinion. That video was done fantastically, so thank you for all those who have supported me on that. But we will just talk a little bit about the Siege Barracks. Do I think it's good? No. I think the Siege Barracks is absolutely terrible. I really don't think many people at all are going to use it. There is only 1 or 2 strategies that it would be viable with, whereas the Wall Wrecker, the Stone Slammer, even the Blimp now, with that updated death damage, is going to be used a hell of a lot more, and there's a lot more uses for that. So, what else came in this update? We of course have the new troop, the Yeti, which I'm very, very impressed with. I have to say, this is something that we saw in the game quite a while back. The Yeti was someone, I don't know who it was, but it was way back in the day. Someone came up with a concept of a Yeti, and I don't know if Supercell took this on board and they thought that would be a great idea, but I love the addition of this new troop. And for those who don't know, you of course have those Yetimites that come out of that, and I really like them. I think they are very, very cool. So whenever the Yetis take damage, little Yetimites will come out, and they have a reasonable amount of health that they should be able to get through even like Inferno towers and stuff like that, and they will target defenses, the Yetimites, but the Yetis themselves, much like P.E.K.K.A.s, will target anything. So I think this is maybe the death of P.E.K.K.A.s, not the death of them, but I think we're going to see Yetis used a lot more. I think they're going to be a lot more versatile. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing if Yetis come into the meta, and if they have a big impact on the game. And that is it for new things in Town Hall 13, but there's a lot of new upgrades to buildings and whatnot, some of which I think are pretty big. So we of course have a new level on the Eagle Artillery. This is something that players have to take down with a kill squad, or they have to get down with the initial push. If you leave an Eagle Artillery up, it's going to do a hell of a lot of damage. And at level 4 now, it will certainly do some significant work. Inferno Towers also getting another level, and another defense that is huge, and certainly can be devastating if you don't deal with them. Other things that I think are going to be pretty game changing is an air defense up to level 11. This is something that players will definitely need to get upgraded nice and quickly, because air attacks are certainly coming a lot more into the meta, because we have balloons upgraded, dragons upgraded, E-drags upgraded, and even healers upgraded in this update. So there are certainly a lot of air troops that are getting a buff in this update. Balloons going to level 9, dragons going to level 8, E-drags to level 4, E-drag spam, oh god, I can't wait to see it all. But I think the air defenses is certainly going to be something that players will need to definitely get upgraded nice and quickly, as I think we're going to see a lot more air attacks than ground attacks now, especially as this new siege barracks, the siege machine, is not overly impressive, and I don't think many players will be using it. We also have walls going up to level 14. Only 100 pieces, however, can be upgraded. But I really like the look of those new walls. I think they look absolutely fantastic. I believe they are 6 million a piece, though, which is very, very expensive indeed. We also have a few new levels. Obviously, the labs getting new levels to allow us to upgrade all those troops. We also have the storages going up. I believe you can get 18 million golden elixir and 300,000 dark elixir, which is fantastic. I'm definitely rushing my donation account there just to get that extra storage space. That would be very, very helpful indeed. We also have new levels on the King, Queen and Warden. So the King and Queen can both now go to level 70, which is absolutely huge. Both their abilities going up to level 14. The Grand Warden also going up to level 50, so getting an additional 10 levels there. The Eternal Tone going up to level 10, so some big stuff in there. The Grand Warden's life, or its ability, is going to last so long now. We also saw a couple of spell upgrades. We've got heal spells, jump spells and skeleton spells all getting an additional level on them. So heal spells level 8 now, which is certainly going to be interesting to see if we see some more Hog Rider attacks using those with the new level 10 Hog Riders as well. I'm certainly interested to see those. And yeah, so that brings us pretty much to all the big things in the game. A couple of the smaller changes that I think are pretty cool is the hero ability. They will now try to save themselves and use their ability if they were going to die and you're not able to click the ability. So this is in more settings. You can toggle this option on or off, but I think this is something that the quality of life is something that's definitely huge, and our casual players will love this for sure. And that pretty much brings us to the end of all of the major updates, all the major things that I think are worth talking about. Of course, you can go in-game and take a look at the patch notes, which are in the news tab. You can have a scroll through there. There are some in-detail descriptions of everything that has been changed. And that does bring us to the end of this video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Like I said, feel free to go and check out my concept on a new siege machine. That video has already received a lot of love, and I would really appreciate it if you would go and check that out. You can see a lot of these attacks in the background, the Scattershot, some of the new defences, some of the upgraded defences haven't been built yet, but they were still very impressive attacks indeed. So thank you to both clans for allowing me to record. And if you could drop a comment, let me know your thoughts on the new update, leave a like too, subscribe as well. We are closing in on 2,050 subscribers, and I will see you guys in the next video, whenever that might be. Peace.